Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. In this video I will be discussing 6 societal norms that we need to unfollow. So let's get into it. The first one is you need a degree to be rich. Let's have a moment of silence for those of us who realize this like 2 to 5 years later. Nope, you do not need a degree to get rich. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get a degree. Some people get a degree because people from previous generations placed a lot of emphasis on education. And you are the only one who is able to achieve that because you now have the opportunity, then that is okay. However, if your sole purpose for getting a degree is to make lots of money to get rich, that is not going to work out. We live in a society that is ever-changing, a world that is ever-changing where things that used to matter no longer matters and a new set of beliefs of things now matter. For example, the major thing is networking, social networking. It is now about who you know and who knows you. It's no longer about you having this degree or you having certain grades or you graduating at the top of your class. And it's also applying your skills and your talents and finding ingenious ways of generating income, especially now that we are living in an age of social media and technology. There are many folks who have degrees and they are working at minimum wage jobs. It doesn't mean that they haven't applied to the jobs that they actually wanted. It's just that they haven't gotten through and they have no choice now but to settle for jobs that are not even close to what they studied for in school. You do not need a degree to get rich. The way to get rich is to follow through with the times and find ways of using your skills and your talents in generating income. Get your basic education, such as you need to know how to read and write and do mathematical stuff and so forth. Number 2, you need to have your life figured out by 30. You don't have to. There is this pressure on us. We need to get married, we need to have kids, we need to have a successful career, we need to have a house or a car. All of these pressures that are put on us that we need to achieve at the age of 30 is not realistic. If you have already reached 30 and you have not accomplished any of these things, it is okay. But however, you need to start working on your goals. I know life hits and it puts a lot of us back, or because of certain beliefs it keeps us hindered from achieving certain things in our lives. However, you are still here and you still have the opportunity to turn your life around. Get to working. Number 3, you need to have a stable job to make money and save. I understand that this used to work in the generations before, where the price of things were so low that you were able to purchase your needs and even enjoy some luxuries while still saving. Because of inflation and how expensive things have gotten now, it is nearly impossible to save anymore. It's not realistic because although the monetary value or the amount of money that you're making now is much more than what perhaps your parents or your grandparents were making before, again, because of how expensive things have gotten, the value of that money is low to nothing. You work the same hours that they work, you do the same thing that they do. Perhaps you are even overworked and yet still you are unable to keep up with your living expenses. It worked for the generation before, however, it is not applicable to us today. And so therefore, if you do have a job or a 9 to 5, try to find a way to double the income that you are making and to keep on doubling that money until you are financially secure. But just relying on your 9 to 5 to sustain you and to also save, it is not gonna work. Number 4, that you should be reckless in your 20s and be carefree and just enjoy life. Yes, your teens and your 20s are a time to enjoy your life, to explore, to experience different things. However, that don't mean that you have to live your life recklessly with no responsibilities and no regard for the consequences. The younger that you are able to start figuring out what your purpose is and figuring out how to beat the system, the younger you are able to set that foundation so that you can achieve financial freedom, so that you are able to have time for yourself and for your family and to do the things that you love together, Your 20s should be dedicated to that time, or as early as your teens. You need to learn as much as possible. Discover what skills you have and what skills you wish to attain. Right now you are young, you are strong, you are agile. Your body is able to withstand all of the stress, especially if you exercise it out to distress all of the pressure. Now is the time to work on your dreams and to be relentless about it. Don't slave yourself away working on someone else's dream, making their realities better, whilst you overwork yourself, and then you will decide that you're gonna enjoy your life in your 60s. You are not guaranteed until then. Also, parents, teach your children from the teens and upwards. Life is gonna hit regardless, and you do not want for life to hit them unprepared or off guard, or catch them off guard. Educate your children. They will thank you for it. Believe me. Number 5. Discipline is abuse. Parents no longer hit their children. They are scared to spank them because now the law has interfered into family matters for a good cause, because sometimes parents take it to the extreme. However, there are parents who are scared to hit their children or to give them a little spanking when it's necessary. And their excuse is that the parents abuse them, and that's not the type of upbringing that they want for their children. Yes, our parents took it to the extreme. However, we need to find a balance in giving soft love and tough love at the same time. That is where we break the cycle. But if we only give soft love and we do not give the tough love, we are breeding menaces for society. That is why society is the way that it is, because we do not discipline our children. We do not instruct them in the way of God. We do not instill in them biblical principles. We do not instill in them the 10 commandments. This is why people go around now having no regard for life, having no regard for other people and their properties, disregarding the sanctity of marriage, where women are now with married men, and both married men and women are just out there as if they're single. We now have children telling their parents what it is that they want, disrespecting them. Parents are now fearful of their children. Parents, you need to find a balance in disciplining your children, because what is happening out there is as a result of what is happening in the home. It always starts in the home. So do not be scared of spanking those kids when you have to. You are saving them from themselves, and you are saving them from harming themselves and from harming society. Because I'm sure the last thing that you want for your children is for them to be in prison, or for someone to have shot them, or for them to be jobless and on the street engaging in criminal activities and not respecting their bodies. Number 6. Consuming or having more will make you happy. We have become obsessed with just having and having and having and having. And at the end of the day, we still do not feel fulfilled. You do not need to have the latest television, the latest gadgets, the latest furniture, the latest appliances, or the fanciest things, or the fanciest ornaments. You acquire all these things, and at the end of the day, you are still broke, because a lot of people tend to take things on credit and they are stressed out about how they're going to pay things back. If you are unsure of how to use your money, find ways of investing it so that it can generate you more income, so that when you are older, you do not have to worry and go to your grave unhappy, because you know that you have either set up something for your children and you have set up something for yourself when you are old. So stop consuming too much. These corporations are getting richer off your back, whilst you yourself are getting poorer. Discipline yourself. Ask yourself whether you need this or not, whether you can live without this or not. So we have come to the end of the video. These are the 6 societal norms that you need to unfollow. You do not need a degree to get rich, that you need to have your life figured out by 30, that you need a stable job to make money and save, that you should be reckless in your 20s, and that discipline is abuse, that consuming or having more will make you happy. So I hope this video helped you and you got something out of it. If you did, remember to like and subscribe and share it with someone that you know it might help also. And I hope to see you in the next video.